With Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
We've had some bad news, some mass shooting stories in the news, and I don't know that this one is getting a lot of attention, so let's talk about it. It has a silver lining. A month before the deadly shooting spree at an El Paso Walmart, another potential mass shooting in Texas was stopped by a grandmother. So this is finally getting a few headlines. Back in July, a 19-year-old guy from Lubbock informed his grandmother that he'd purchased an AK-47, had plans to shoot up a hotel, then kill himself. This is according to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Told his grandma?
Yeah. The grandmother was able to convince him to go seek treatment at a hospital after she expressed concerns about, his safety, the safety of others. When the authorities searched the hotel room that he had rented, they discovered the AK-47. They discovered 17 loaded magazines. They discovered several knives, tactical gear, a black T-shirt that said, "Let 'em come." U.S. Attorney Neely Cox said, quote, "This was a tragedy averted. I want to praise the defendant's grandmother who saved lives by interrupting this plot." So got a hold of these people, got him in treatment. And, we don't hear about them much.
Yeah. Horrible job with the parenting, but nice job with the alerting.
Save at the end.
The grandmothering, not the parents.
Not much in the nature of the nurture department, but in terms of dropping a dime, you're the queen of that. Thank you, I guess.
Hey, well, God knows where the parents are. This was the grandmother.
I know. It's all a fucking mess. We got to get dads back into boys' lives, man. Dads really make an impact. As the dads go, so goes our society. It's weird. No one wants to discuss the dads, but the further the dads get away from the family, the more violence, the more this, the more all the homelessness, like all the drug, all the shit we don't want. The further the dads get away, the more that we get. And we've just decided, well, we're not going to go there. We're going to talk about moms and proud moms and single moms. And my mom worked 17 jobs and we were fine. Like, okay, good. What about dad? Okay. You want to bring it up? Any politicians want to get into dads? It'd be nice. No. Okay, good. So instead, we'll talk about banana clips and leave dad off the fucking table. Well, I want to talk about both. That's my whole thing. Anyway, thanks, Grandma. But bad job with your daughter or son.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Whatever else you did.
Well, one dad stuck around. Wendy Williams is back in business with her estranged husband.
Can I say this? I feel like she's my black Piers Morgan. Who decided she was a big celebrity? Like, hey, did you hear what's up with Wendy Williams? Like, no, I haven't, because I'm not a retarded person. I'm not unemployable. That's why I don't know what's going on.
When did she come?
I go out during the day and work.
Sorry, I feel like she was in once. I feel like she just appeared one day and then she was always in my life. But I don't know.
Well, she was big in New York.
I feel like I was in a coma and I woke up and then Wendy Williams was like everywhere.
You're right, because she was kind of the queen of New York radio in that scene, and then she went global.
And I feel the way about hers. I feel like if someone said, "Do you hear what happened with Neapolitan ice cream?" And I'd be like,
I'm aware of it.
I've heard of it.
I'm fine with
but
never
aren't you concerned about what's going on with it?
Right.
Like, no, not really.
Still the three flavors?
I'm smart. I don't like that.
They moved to strawberry, vanilla, strawberry.
Oh, yeah?
And a real controversial move. They lost chocolate, and now,
Sounds better.
That sounds like a hate crime to me. Either way, not interested. So, or almost any form of sherbet. I don't know why it has to be limited to
sherbet or sorbet.
Right. So I don't know. Like I watch TMZ.
Yeah.
She pops up every second episode. Like Wendy Williams, she's leaving a hotel. She's upset. It's like, about what? Who cares? She's a marginal talent.
We got to know.
I don't get why we need to know about her.
Suddenly we got to know. I'm here to give you the information about Wendy Williams.
What's she doing?
The husband who had the baby.
Has she found love again?
It doesn't look like it. Not right
she
now.
lost it. This is good.
Give me a pencil
now
to break.
I'm really invested.
So after a series of emotional heart-to-hearts, excuse me, with her ex, the talk show host has decided to keep
Hold on.
him.
I feel like emotional heart-to-heart. I feel like when Wendy Williams orders chicken at a drive-thru place, it's a very emotional discussion. I feel like there's tears about dipping sauce.
Sure.
She does not have non-emotional
not just a Post-it note conversation.
I went on her fucking show wearing blue jeans and a button-up shirt. She fucking got emotional on me.
She got pissed.
Pissed or emotional?
Well,
I mean, I guess
I'd argue that's a form.
Passionate.
Passionate.
I'm wearing. It's a fucking daytime show. Her viewers are unemployable human beings. That's her entire viewership.
Did she get into it with you on camera or off camera? I really hope it was on camera.
She's a hero. She waited till I left the building and then sent out a tweet calling me a dickwad.
Until James Dixon. She called James Dixon and said,
my client doesn't roll over and get dressed for less than... Yeah, it was a weird thing, right, Brian?
It was very weird. And they
catty.
sped it up as though to be, kind of funny, but then our crack staff slowed it down.
I don't know what it was. I went on her show. I was just wearing jeans and a button-up shirt. I'm not known as dapper. I'm the guy from the Man Show. And I just wore like a buttoned-up shirt.
You didn't wear your coat and tails.
Right. Yeah, I didn't wear spats or anything.
Her general gist was you were like unprepared and slovenly.
She basically called me a slob.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Brian,
why didn't have the respect for her or her audience to put on a top hat and a monocle.
Oh, but the shirt was untucked. Wasn't that a point of contention?
The point is she got emotional on the way I dressed as a guest on her show when I put on a decent pair of jeans and a decent button-down shirt.
You sound like you're amazing.
Yeah. I was hot.
Tell us about this heart to heart.
The point is she can. You have the transcript. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she filmed a video of herself. It's been taken off the internet, but somebody transcribed the fast-forwarded part. It goes, and you know what? At least if you're going to throw something on, like you're going to, change the oil in your Studebaker, that you would at least bring it with, hold on, I'm out of breath and I'm trying to curse him out at the same time. I mean, at least if you're going to dress like a bum to come on a daytime talk show, your attitude wouldn't be so ill-mannered. I mean, just from the top of the show, and I wanted to like him, and I wanted to like him, and I wanted to like him, and I thought that I would. I don't like him, and he's not our kind of people. And how dare him tell me that the white man in the audience wasn't my kind of something. What was he expecting to see when he came out here? The Soul Train line? Oh, I get it, because I'm a black woman. The people who watch my show and make an effort to come to the audience are supposed to be only black people? Oh, no, I get it. If you're anything but a black woman, you're supposed to be a gay man. Oh, I get it. Listen, let me tell you. Why, I'm sorry. Why am I mad at you? You know,
Chris, just read the script and stop venting. I get it.
I'll start reading.
We have a history, but I really want you to focus on what Wendy said.
These mics are on.
And she gets a lot, though. Keeps saying, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. This is a nutty person. I wore a fucking blue button-up long-sleeve collared shirt and a pair of blue nice jeans, and I went on her program. I
like that she lost her breath. She was so worked up talking about you
take a knee.
and understanding it. She got it so many times that she had to take a breath. Yeah, she took a knee.
I got to tell you, man. That Wendy Williams audience infested with crime and vermin. I'll tell you.
You can't say that.
Huh?
I think you look great, by the way.
Infested.
Yeah.
I have a shirt like that.
Right? What's I wore leather shoes.
You're wearing shoes?
I'm wearing shoes and everything. I'm not on the Southwest flight. I got my... Okay. Thank you. We're good.
Yeah.
So, obviously, she's going through something.
Oh, well, we know that. She was living at the halfway house.
Why do we care? Why do we care? She's Wendy Williams.
I'm going to do this just once for you.
All right. Yes.
Oh, we're going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Cares,
Thank you.
Wendy. Fat. So a suit against the Boy Scouts of America that was filed late Monday identifies at least 350 former scouts who say they were abused. The incident has...
honestly, that's it?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, that's the newest batch that's coming forward. The incidents have taken place over the past 8 decades. A USA Today analyst says, quote, the accused tended to be men of stature in their communities, whom most of them had volunteered as troop leaders, assistant troop leaders. They were police officers, members of the military, teachers, a mayor, doctors, child psychologists.
It's of course. I mean, the only... Look. You want to know what healthy is? I found out that the father-son fantasy football draft is coming up next weekend. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm fucking hanging out with those fucking kids. This sucks. That's healthy.
Yeah.
You understand? That's positive.
Being put out is healthy.
Being put out.
Exasperated.
Said it a million times. The way you do all this stuff is you go, all right, dads, let's all get in the room. Who wants to take the 9-year-olds up to Mount Pinos camping this weekend? Ooh. One guy's hand flies up. Bert, you're out. Sorry.
You've been voted off the island, Bert.
Yeah.
Jim, you're doing it. Fuck no, I don't want to do it. This weekend, Hobbs and Shaw's this week. You're doing it. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Your hand goes flying up, you're out.
Yep.
That's the way I work.
Well, the Boy Scouts of America has 20 days to respond to this suit. It says it takes the allegations seriously and that as a result of the new accusations, it's already referred 120 reports to law enforcement.
You know, it's got the word boys in it, and they're very, very focused on kerchiefs.
Yeah.
And that's a recipe for pedophilia disaster.
Nice neckerchief.
Start mixing with the word boys and kerchiefs.
Short shorts.
Knickerbockers.
Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, and they're facing major declining in membership anyway. Nobody wants to tie sailor knots. They want to play Fortnite. So this could be the end of the Boy Scouts.
Wendy did send me a bottle of champagne saying she had a bad day and regrets her comments later on.
Really?
Which I'm fine with. I appreciate. It still makes her nuts because in a weird way she went nuts over nothing and then got her faculties back and then sent me a bottle of champagne.
I like someone who's nuts, though, that then kind of just has that moment where they're sitting alone crying in their house and then they're like, maybe I fucked up today, and then they send them, they have their
Get a bottle of Vouv.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the part of being nuts is being erratic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you get too consistent with your nuttiness, you're a little less nutty. You need to be all over the road, not just on one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be erratic. Like everybody works for Wendy Williams before they enter the threshold of the door of the building they work in has to go, I wonder what kind of fucking mood she's going to be in today.
What violent delights await me in there.
Yeah, like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons is always just mean.
Right.
But you know exactly what you're getting, and so that's not nuts. That's just me. Eventually, that's just consistent nuts just means mean.
Well, I was thinking that she has a walk-in fridge. She opens up, it's like that hiss, and then inside is just like 1,000 bottles of champagne.
Oh.
And then she reaches in, and she's like, well, fucked up again. And then just it constantly gets replenished, and she's constantly giving the bottles, so she knows what she's doing.
Like every morning, that's the first interaction with her assistant.
Exactly.
Like, all right, where are we sending the champagne?
Yeah.
She has a wine cellar, but she doesn't drink.
She gets Wine of the Month Club, and it's for no one but for her guests.
That's right.
Yes.
All right.
Well, we've been talking about this a little bit off the air, and it's worth it just so you can see the video. A Brazilian gang leader was caught by prison guards in Rio de Janeiro as he tried to escape during visiting hours. His big plan was to walk out the front door of the prison dressed as his daughter and leave her in there. And by the way, he has since apparently committed suicide in his cell. Clavino da Silva, and go ahead and play the video I'll show you. Also known as Shorty, may have gotten away with it if he hadn't appeared nervous in front of the gates. Look at that mask he's wearing.
It's a high-quality mask.
The 42-year-old, he wore this mask, a long, dark-haired wig, jeans, a pink shirt. This is like the end of Scooby-Doo. This is him being unmasked.
That's a Mission Impossible shit.
And he literally, it seems like he meant to leave her in there as he walked out the front door. Apparently, the plan was to switch him out, but
How
it did
old's
not
the daughter?
work. 19.
Oh, okay.
He's 42. Authorities are looking into whether she was part of the plan, whether she even knew it, but apparently as of
At
today...
some point, she
flip-flops.
must have been aware of something. I don't know.
It's visiting day. Dad, you look
Christ.
different.
Just gonna go home, watch The Office, like young gals do.
He wore
I like he wore a bra. I think that's classy. He wore a bra. He has
committed.
flip-flops. His incredibly hairy feet were the
Yeah.
tell.
And now if it weren't for you meddling kids moment.
Pulls the mask off.
It's like the worst episode of Mission Impossible. It takes him about 45 seconds to remove the mask.
I got to tell you this. I want him. Well, he's committed suicide. All right. Now, here's the whole thing. I want this guy incarcerated, but if I'm ever doing one of those movies where I have to go to the prison to recruit,
Yeah.
I need
Oh,
a
he's on the
knife
team.
thrower, I need
Yeah.
a master of disguise. I need this guy. This guy's definitely making the cut. He's coming with me. We have that big half-track Army Jeep thing, the six by-wheeler. He's getting in the back with the canvas roof.
Shorty? I mean, he already has the name. You don't even have to write it.
Shorty, he's the master of disguise. He's coming with me.
My feeling was he probably doesn't know the word, but it just feels like so much chutzpah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
He could be Sephardic.
He could be Sephardic. He absolutely could be. But yeah, it's just like, wow, like what, like, he's sitting there, he's planning his escape, and he's short, so he can't reach up to the window that he could actually just easily escape out of.
Right.
So instead, he's like, I'm going to do the most convoluted thing ever. I'm going to have my daughter visit me. I will have a mask created to look like her bald. I'll add a wig on top of it. I'll get the flip-flops in my size.
In the sitcom version of this, one of the guards falls in love with him, and they have to keep the ruse up. Like
Very Pepe Le
she
Pew.
moves into his apartment at some point, taking the mask off. I'm home. Hold on. She's putting the cream all over her face like Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, oh, hold on. Hello.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, you interested?
Yeah, write a spec script. Yeah, I'll let you direct.
You can direct that one.
Thanks.
All right, what else we got, Gina Graham?
Well, speaking of movies, there's been talk of a 4-hour cut of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it might be making its way to Netflix. So according to Esquire, director Quentin Tarantino has a history of releasing longer cuts of his work, tinkering with it a little bit, tinkering with the back catalog. So back in May, he revealed that he has made a 200-minute director's cut of Django Unchained. And a month after his 2015 film, The Hateful Eight, that hit Netflix as a miniseries. I had no idea. I missed that completely.
Is that the Adam Sandler movie? That's the director's cut.
He also went back over Death Proof and expanded it from half of the double feature Grindhouse. So he has a history of this. For instance, apparently actor Tim Roth, I haven't seen it yet, but actor Tim Roth had his role completely cut from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Theatrical film.
Yeah, and that would be put back in as well.
I heard James Marsden's in the movie. There's a bunch of people that were cut.
James Marsden plays Burt Reynolds.
Wow.
He played Burt Reynolds.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
A Death Proof, we could probably
skip.
shave that one down a little. But I'd watch Django and that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So Django's on Netflix now?
I looked it up, and I had a problem finding it, so I don't know if it was up and then was pulled, but I don't know if Chris has that.
Those expire after a while.
Yeah. But I had no idea that was an option.
I would definitely watch that.
Yeah.
And Marsden got cut because we don't know why. Or
Tim Roth?
Time, probably.
Tim Roth.
It was only 2.5 hour movie.
No Me Too. What happened to him in it? Didn't he have some Me Too stuff?
I've never heard that.
No? Yes?
Think of James Franco?
Oh, Franco. I'm thinking of Franco, yeah. What happened to Franco in his Me Too? He just kind of laid low.
Oh, that was brutal. That came out right, like it was like the week they were doing Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
No, like it was like the week that like ballots were being filled out, or right around there, because like he won for the Golden Globe and he never got nominated for an Oscar. It was a great performance.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
It was really, really good. Should have got an Oscar nomination. Probably should have won.
And he got Me Too'd, and so he just got shoved out of the Oscars.
Bad timing, man.
And then. But nothing else. Like I haven't heard any lawsuits or warrants or like there's this.
Not been in the news.
Kind of got general. He kind of generally got Me Too'd. Like he had some students. He was coaching some young ladies and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Kind of faded away.
It's the guys like that just go. I'll just go away for between 20 and 26 months, and then I'll just come back, and then no one will. There'll be 25 mass shootings in between when I got Me Too'd and now, and everyone's just kind of moved on.
That's what Aziz Ansari did. Mm-hmm. He kind of laid low.
Aziz also apologized.
Right.
He also got a little. They got a little Me Too backfire because the folks that Me Too'd him got backfired on a little bit because everyone was like, "Okay, this is a little too much."
Clunky first date.
But it was crazy. Yeah. I mean, Babe.net usually puts out such good material, and then with that story, they just totally got it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Babe.net, a.k.a. Medium.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more.
All right. McDonald's new paper straws, they're described as eco-friendly by the big food giant, but guess what? They can't be recycled, according to the BBC. The fast food giant says the new paper straws aren't easy to recycle and should be put into general trash because they're so thick that they can't be processed. Meanwhile, some customers were unhappy anyway because apparently they dissolve in your shake.
Those are the worst.
Nobody wants a paper straw.
Well, the funniest paper straw would be a paper straw that's non-recyclable. That's the worst thing that could be designed.
The worst of both worlds.
Right.
A petition is going around. Irate McDonald's customers. There's already 51,000 people who signed it to bring back the plastic straw.
The
that's
paper
hilarious.
straw that can't be recycled is like liver that's bad for you. It's like, this is fucking lose, dude. Yeah. All right. The thing about, it's always funny when folks like McDonald's are sort of the poster child for big corporate whatever. You know, you kill 2 billion cows a day and blah, blah, blah. And then at some point, you go, we got to rework our stuff and let people think we're down with the cause. And it never quite works. Now, I don't know. Oh, then somebody tweeted me a story about some woman in her aluminum anodized straw, which looked like the straws that people make their own. Fell off a horse and it impaled her.
Oh, my God.
Went through her eye socket.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. They are killing people. We have to choose between the humans and the turtles.
I choose life like George Michael. All right. So in terms of being impaled, I'm just going to remove that because you could jog with chopsticks and never come home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of situations that could happen.
Any utensil.
If you want to really factor in impaling, anything that's longer than it is wide is capable of impaling you.
Yeah. That's a good rule of thumb.
And if your thumb could impale you if you fell off the horse just the right way. So I don't know. That's a little force majeure. Yeah. And also, I don't know. Don't drink a slushie when you're on a horse. Yeah. I don't know. See if you can get a boat it back for the horse. Either way, I don't want to. I'd be horrible at her eulogy, but all right. But at a certain point, I suppose, like the grocery bags, having your own grocery bag, you're just going to have to kind of get your own straw.
Yeah. Those little retractable ones.
Okay, so I've theorized this. Why can't, as my straw disintegrates in my water or whatever I'm drinking, and I'm in a restaurant, I'm like, why can't this restaurant just have metal straws or stainless steel, just like they have forks and knives and spoons?
They could.
What's the risk? It's just another utensil.
People have a weird relationship with things, and the straw, people would announce it's unsanitary to be sucking off the same straw that you're sucking
off.
No, you're living in a world that makes sense. We're now living in a world that doesn't make sense, and you would have trouble getting people over this. Initially.
Yeah.
Because you're used to using a fork at home and then you put it in the dishwasher and then your sister uses the same fork. Then nobody cares. You're sort of trained on that. The straw, we got to get everyone over this hump or something.
I think it's the fact that goes all the way in the mouth. The way I do it. I go about 4 inches in on the straw.
Hold on a second. That's
I go
absurd.
until you can't see any
that's absurd.
anodized metal.
You put the straw farther than the fork? That's absurd.
I think we should all be looking at ways to cut back on the general usage of the straw.
Sure.
I think if you took, let's just say we had a measurement, like we measure your IQ or we measure how much money you made last year or how many miles do you drive a year or whatever that is. If you showed me somebody and you showed the straw and you put them end to end, and you go, this guy has 27 miles of straw use, or this other guy went around the globe with straw use, I think I could assign an intelligence number to it. I feel like the more time you spend sucking on that thing, the less time you spend doing fruitful studying. Now, look, every once in a while, there's some genius who likes his straw in his stomach. But I think in general, we should be trying to spend a little less time every year sucking down things with a straw. First off, I know the straw people average 41 pounds more than the non-straw people.
That's science.
You're bigger. Yeah. That's hard straw.
That's hard straw science.
From the man who brought you the attack ravens. If you're sucking on a straw all day, you probably got a couple extra pounds on you. If you drink things that are sort of non-straw worthy, like water for the most part, coffee, the non-caloric things, there's a little less of that.
Well, and it's like you say all the time, are glasses and cups broken? Why do you need the straw?
I don't. Well, so if you go to a Starbucks, I'll order a coffee. But I won't order even iced coffee. I don't really do the straw. I sort of tend to drink it. But I tend not to order items that are straw, frappuccino,
the unicorn,
whatever. Yeah. I don't order if I go to a restaurant, I order a glass of wine or a cocktail or something. I don't do a lot of straws.
Now, it feels like most of the straws that are used and consumed are in fast food, right?
Yeah. I'd say it's
so
more.
Your correlation sounds pretty
more
good.
Fast food. You should really take a look at you and your kids and your relationship with straws, because as I look at it, now look, I'm not calling myself a hero or a genius hero or a super genius hero.
Let us
Crusader, but I don't think I've sucked off a straw. Like weeks will go by. Like I won't go to fast food. I'll have my coffee mug or my can of spritzer water or whatever it is, but I don't tend to do
you
that.
You drink your scotch with a straw?
No, I drink it right out of the jug, man.
I suck off the scotch.
I hook my thumb. I yell, "Woman, don't bother me now!" And I just sit on the porch.
I thought that When you guys were kids, did you use did you make Twizzler straws where you bite off the ends of the
course.
Twizzlers?
Obviously.
I thought Twizzler stock was just going to skyrocket when this whole paper thing came around. Because that's an edible straw. What's better than that?
Only with 7-Up.
Well, not Twizzlers because we're not animals. We're red vines.
Right.
Oh, all right. Well, I kind of want this interview to end.
Any port in a storm.
Oh, no.
That's just
Brian.
nonsense.
Brian. I know you have a lot of respect for the man, but this is where
this is about to get dark.
This is where you part ways.
In Lee's defense, I think the red vine would dissolve quicker. The red vine is the paper straw of the
as
licorice.
one who did that many times in the movies, that lasted the entire movie. Refills and all. I was a chubby kid.
I think we should just cut back on our straw usage in general. Like, let's make it challenge yourself not to order the drink when you do the fast food.
Yeah.
Well, try that, see
I like
where it
that
goes.
challenge.
And also, see if you can switch over to the metal straw. But again, if you're going out horse jumping,
leave that straw at home.
Leave that straw
Back
at
in
home.
the stable.
Leave it in the paddock.
Right. All right, let's bring it home.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. Let them come.
That was the news with Gina Grad.